Hey guys, day 19 of SR, and today's an important video that I just wanted to talk about, and I really wanted to get back to where I was at. Uh, I've gone off track for a little bit in life and just my thought process and in general sense, but I just wanted to talk about this real quick. And people say how a lot of the time, like, oh, looks is important, and people respect you for that, and women do, or something like that, like something around the lines of this, right? And this is just not the case. It's really your aura that is the most powerful, and it's if you look alive or you don't look alive. And what porn and release does is make you look dead. And it's not a looks thing, it's a completely an aura thing. Of it shows on your face, on your body, stuff like this kind of thing, right? It's an energy thing. It's internally, if you feel about yourself, is how it's going to reflect on the outside world. And it's kind of a manifestation, and SR can help you with this. You don't have to use the word that. I don't really use that a whole lot, just because I don't explain it. A lot of times I don't really need to explain it in that way. But let's talk about a few things. So when people say that, oh well, once I hit a certain looks level, like, oh, I can attract women, well, you're manifesting that, meaning that once you do hit that level, you're going to attract more women. But it's not because of how you look, it's because of it's the only way that you're manifesting, well, this thing's going to happen, and then this will happen because of that thing. But with SR, you will attract more women, because your aura, your energy, or you feel so good about yourself. It's not aura necessarily, but you feel so good about yourself inside that you will attract what you are, right? And when you look at porn and you release, or whatever the case, you don't feel good about yourself. And this goes with really anything too. With money, like, oh well, once I get a lot of money, people will respect me, and then people start respecting you because you have a lot of money. Well, the reason why people respect you is because you said, okay, well, once I get this amount of money, people are going to respect me, and so therefore it's supposed to happen that way, right? And so what you're saying is, like, you're writing a script of, like, what's going to happen once you hit a certain level. But what I noticed was, when I cared about my looks too much, it rubs off on people the wrong way. People know things that they can pick up on energy way more than you think. And the interesting thing is that I noticed that a lot of women didn't like me because of that. Actually, so this is actually it's just a complete farce. It's just a complete nonsense. They actually liked me more when I didn't care about anything. I didn't care about how I felt, how I looked, or I didn't care about having a long beard, or just doing my own thing. Like when I worked at this Christian camp, I had a long beard. I was just chilling. People were like, "Oh, dude, that guy is so cool. He's just like chilling." Like I just noticed that these people, these girls, or whoever would just notice anymore, or just people in general, and they would love my energy. They wouldn't, they would love my energy. They weren't like, oh well, he looks this way, and so we're gonna treat him differently. No, it's when you treat yourself with respect, people will treat you the same way that you treat yourself. And so so you're manifesting the way that people treat you through the way that you treat yourself. So if you say that, no, girls like me, or no, I have all these good opportunities to meet new people, and I have these good job opportunities, Or, oh, I am gonna do well in the gym today. Well, or, I have these friends, and they're cool with me because I treat myself good. Now again, there's people who won't like you. Even if you love yourself, people aren't gonna like you, of course. Like, that's pretty obvious, even on this journey of retention, like, whatever, in general, even if you're not. But again, even in the depleted state, you can do the same thing, but you're not going to manifest as fast as on SR if you're in a depleted state, because you're driving a broken down car, but on retention, you're driving a spaceship at a certain point, right? So the energy is much more, and you can do much more with the energy. And if you can control the energy, then you're able to do much more with it. But if you're just sitting around with it, you're not going to do as more. But you're going to do, if you're sitting around with it, you're actually going to do more than you are at the depleted state. You're going to be thinking more clearly, more in tune, and you can actually just get benefits from retention just sitting around. People say, oh, well, use the energy, you can do that. Dude, I've tested this. I was sitting around for 5 days doing nothing, not working out, and I got benefits, like aura, whatever, facial features looking younger, this kind of stuff, the body looking much stronger, these kind of stuff, spiritual benefit. Like, you can do nothing, bro, and still get these benefits. It's just not going to be as enhanced as if you are doing other things on this journey as well. But SR really can teach you how, well, things don't matter. And I'm not going to keep saying that looks matter at all anymore. I don't care, and it's just not true, and it's just a farce. It's people in society are pulling the veil over your eyes to such a degree that you actually believe that it's that it's true, and you actually think it's true because people have told you the lie so many more times. For example, like, oh, well, if I have this amount of income, or like I can attract women, or if I do this certain thing, I can attract women, or if I do this certain thing, I can do better at the gym. Like, I could do 12 sets and still feel fine, and I don't have to do any more because people have capped a ceiling out for us to say, no, you can't do more, but you actually can, and people are also limiting you. So you're manifesting the fact that, okay, well, once I get this amount of money, then I can attract women. But that's not really what's going on. What you're saying is, because I got to this point, then I'm attracting women. But that's not actually true. You're just saying because you manifested it to be true. But you could have just manifested the opposite, which is like, oh, well, no, I don't have to try hard, and I can still attract women. I can still be comfortable where I'm at. But it doesn't, again, this is not an excuse to not work, to not better your life in some kind of way. Of course not. But I'm saying these aren't mutually exclusive things. So you don't have to do one thing to get the woman, or you don't have to do one thing to get the job, or you don't have to do one thing to get good friends that are on a high frequency just like you in your world, or enjoy life, or, oh, if I do these things, I'll enjoy life, but if I don't do these things, then I won't. Well, you can just do whatever you want, honestly, and enjoy life still. Play video games, just chill, have a good conversation with someone, and still enjoy life. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to be financially too well off. Now, again, is it important to have finances when you're, like, married, or for example? Yeah, but not, like, for attracting someone. Attracting someone just means that they like you, and that's it. It just comes down to, like, well, do you love yourself? And if you love yourself, then this person will like you. And it goes for anybody too. It goes for the people who are the right people for you. Not everybody's going to love you, but I noticed that even on retention, I noticed that when I loved myself more and I didn't care what people thought, that people actually liked me more on retention, and people were still uncomfortable with me, but more people didn't care. They were, oh, he's a cool dude. He's a really cool dude to be around. And these people online saying, like, oh, well, everybody is going to dislike you when you're, no, that's not true at all, bro. That's just not the case. Like, you can go 90 days, you can do 120 days, and there's people who say that, there's people on YouTube who are on 200 days, bro, and they're like, oh, people love me, people, like, talk to me all the time, and there's some people who don't like me, but not everybody is like that. But there will be people who just won't, you're not going to relate to people at the same way, of course, maybe you get to a certain point, but it doesn't mean that they dislike you, or like, oh, you're a bad person, or you're like this or that. So again, it's all about how you tell yourself, like the looks thing. It is not a big deal, and it's ruining your life. If you think it's a big deal, it's ruining your life. You should not care about it at all, and you should just live your life. It's about the energy, it's more about looking alive than because retention helps with that. You're like awake. It's more about that. And I noticed that people in general can see that, oh, well, in my eyes, like people can see it in my eyes, like, bro, that guy is seeing stuff that we're not seeing. That's interesting. Like, that's an interesting person. So I just really wanted to say that. And even at work, I've done that. And recently this girl was like, oh yeah, that person's like really cool to talk to. And she was just chilling, like, as a customer, we were just chilling, having a good conversation with these dudes as well. And they were just like super respectful, super like receptive to what I was saying, my energy. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And it's really about how you see yourself internally. It's about how you see yourself is the most important thing to really get what you want in life out of life. It's not about looks, getting money. It's not tied to looks or anything like that. That's not even true. And don't let people online lie to you and tell you otherwise. They are pulling the wool over your eyes. And people who are on the internet don't care about that. And they always, get a girlfriend that is more attractive to them. Or they always get the job that they want. But these people online are saying, oh, you can't do that. You can't do this. They're just limiting you. And they're just talking out their ass most of the time. Like they don't know anything. They are living in a false reality where they created this reality of a placebo, where they think that a lot of men online do this, where they think that, oh, well, women want this thing, or like, oh, well, jobs do this thing, or, oh, I have to hit the gym to be respected in society, or this won't happen. No, dude, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. The gym increases your aura. That's probably why you're attracting people like women or like people in your life, because it increases your aura. It has nothing to do with how you look at all. It just doesn't. So that's actually another thing too, is you think it has to do with one thing, but it actually has to do with the other thing. And people confuse that a lot. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the next video. It's a very important video, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace out.